What's up, people? What's up? IOBA. I'm TC. So, how's everybody been doing? I hope everything going all right for y'all. I'm down here in Trinidad and Tobago, chilling. I'm on vacation, man. Listen, and it's good, man. I'm down here in a little town. I don't have. I'm not at a resort. I don't have a lot of. I don't know, rich and pretentious people around me. I got regular people around me. I'm regular working folk. Check out where I'm staying. I'm in a little town called Point Fortin in Trinidad, and I'm on Church Street. Okay, so check out Church Street. Driving by. That's Church Street, and yeah. So I'm enjoying my vacation and everything going good. So what I wanted to shoot this video about was a couple of things I wanted to speak on before I lose my train of thought. Okay, I got some coffee in the microwave, so you might hear a beep in a few minutes. Don't worry about it. Um, so there it is right there. There's the beep. So Sarah Huckabee Sanders, y'all know her, right? That's Donald Trump's press secretary. She get up there, or she used to, because she ain't done it in a while, but she used to get up there and explain the president's policy and explain some shit he done said out the side of his neck. You know, that's her job. All presidents got one. All heads of state got a person like that. They got to get up there and explain that lie or that bullshit that politician has told to the people, or some fucked up policy that they want to implement, and they have to have the job of getting up there and selling it to the people. So that's what her job was. So she leaving, and they're gonna get another one. She, like I said, she ain't had a press conference in probably 3 or 4 months. But she's still making that money though. But anyway, I digress from that. And the reason why that shit made me even raise my head up, because I really don't care about Sarah Huckabee Sanders or the person that come in after her. But the reason why I paid attention to it was because Simone Sanders, Joe Biden's advisor, but she really a press secretary too, because she get on the news and try to explain the bullshit he did, like does and says, like his flip flop the other day on that Hyde agreement, I guess, Hyde amendment, I guess it's called. You know, that provision in that law that says that the United States government can't use money to fund abortion. Okay, so he's been for that shit. He's been in agreement with the Hyde Amendment for 40 years. 40. All of a sudden, he come out and flip-flop and say he against it. This motherfucker had an epiphany all of a sudden. So Simone Sanders has to explain that shit. It's funny these two broads got the same initials too. But anyway, she got to explain Joe Biden's flip-flop. Simone Sanders does. So she all on CNN, and the commentator's ripping her a new asshole because she caught out on a limb. But she get to look like an asshole in front of the whole world for the sake of this politician. So all of these press secretaries, these two in particular, Simone Sanders and Sarah Sanders, they spark my interest because they like to talk that shit about Sarah Huckabee Sanders leaving the White House and what an evil person she standing up for and all of that. And you got Simone over here doing the exact same job. She was with Bernie Sanders last year, or last time around, 2016. But now she over here in the Joe Biden camp. I guess motherfucking Sanders wasn't corrupt enough for her. She didn't get to use her real skill, which is lying and bullshitting. She didn't get to use her real skill. So she come over here to the Joe Biden camp and play Negro whisperer and get on TV and tell a bunch of lies for him. What's the difference between Simone and Sara? What is the fucking difference? You got two people doing the exact same job for evil, corrupt fucking men. So anytime you see Simone Sanders on TV talking shit for Joe Biden, just know it's a bunch of bullshit, and she's just trying to cover up for his corrupt ass. Why anybody would take that fucking job, I don't know, unless they corrupt their own self. There. Second thing I want to talk about is the video where the two cops jumped out the car and pulled their guns on this young family. Right, because the little girl supposedly walked out of Family Dollar with a doll. And the two cops got out the car like they was on motherfucking Hawaii 5-0, or they on motherfucking. They must have just watched some old goddamn gangster movie out the 1990s or some shit. Because these two motherfuckers got out the car like they was in the middle of it. You know what I mean? Telling the young girl they're going to put a bullet in her fucking head and telling them get the fuck out the car. When I fucking tell you to do something, you better fucking do it. 24 years old telling somebody that shit. I saw the video. But to me, that's just indicative of the freedom that these cops think they got, because of the shit that Donald Trump said. Motherfucker hear the so-called president say something, they fucking run with it. They turn that shit up to about 250. Donald Trump gave a speech a while back, a long time ago by now, about police officers being too nice. These motherfucking crackers took that shit to heart. Because these two crackers got out their fucking squad car like they had really run up on some bank robbers. Well, it may cost the city of Phoenix $10 million. It may cost the city of Phoenix $10 million. Now, you know how these lawsuits work. Now, they'll probably settle. You know what I mean? On some smaller figure. Just say they settle for $5 million. By the time the family get done, they'll have maybe $1.5 million, $2 million. So, and the rest of the $5 will go to the lawyers and to the taxes and whatnot. So they may get $1 million out of it, $1.5 million. I mean, between the husband and the wife. Them motherfuckers would have had to pay me 40 or 50 million fucking dollars, because I wouldn't have shut up, and I wouldn't forgive. I'd be on TV talking shit. I'd be done started me a whole fucking foundation, because that's the kind of person I am. I'm gonna blow that shit up if that shit happens to me. I'm not gonna be nice about it, because there's no reason why them two motherfuckers had to act like that. They was young, inexperienced, and just plain stupid. This is what you get when you get uneducated motherfucking brain dead cops. You know? And this is what you get when you get the society shifted so far to the right until Gestapo tactics are just an everyday thing. Gestapo tactics. And that's what this shit is. And especially if they're running up on black people. Every time they run up on black people, they're looking for a reason to kill them. Every time they run up on black people, they're looking for a reason to kill them. That's the feeling you get. So that happened. Young ass cops running up on black people, terrorizing. Every fucking where in the country is like that too. You ain't gonna escape it by moving from one part of the country to another. What you got to do is be ready for it. Stand up for your rights. Be smart. Be smart. And cooperate to the best of your ability. And then sue they fucking ass off. And, you know, but do not forgive. Do not forget. All that I forgive shit. Don't get on TV and start talking that shit. And call it racism, which is what it is. This is systematic racism. This ain't motherfucking prejudice or bigotry or, you know, ignorance. This is straight up racism. I checked that. It is ignorance because racism, this type of racism, is ignorance. So that happened. That happened. And the last thing, they're trying to push this war. These motherfucking CIA operatives, I believe, out out near Iran, trying to do a false flag and start a war before this 2020 election come. They want the war to get going just before that election come. You know what I mean? Maybe, where we at, June? Maybe right after the first of the year. That way they can get the war started with Iran. I remember a long time ago I told y'all them motherfuckers ain't gonna fuck with North Korea. North Korea got nukes. North Korea has nukes. And they ain't giving up they fucking nukes. I wouldn't. I talk about that a lot. Well, never gonna be no war with North Korea. The war gonna be with Iran. Like General Wesley Clark said. I think he said 7 countries in 5 years. We didn't get to 5 years, but we almost got to 7 countries. Or 5 countries in 7 years, or whatever the fuck. But go back to that General Wesley Clark interview right after 9/11, when they was looking for a reason to go into Iraq. Oh yeah, and I checked this out also, because my time is running out. I found an article in something called The Onion that said that the United States government paid the bin Laden family somewhere around $18 million in restitution because they had to apologize because they found evidence that Osama bin Laden was not responsible for 9/11. So I'm going to look some more into that one. And I'm going to make a little piece on it when I find out more. But they could pay the bin Laden family reparations and can't pay us ADOS reparations. That is racism. Anyway, I'm going to finish my vacation. But I may shoot another video before I leave here. That's it for y'all now, y'all. TC. And I'm out.